Hi everyone, this is Arad from English for Everyone, and today in this video I'm going to talk about a proverb, an English proverb, and that is when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Well, what does it have to do with English? Why do we have Rome in this one? Well, actually there are some English proverbs that have got names of other places in them outside England, and I think we have got three with Rome, and this is one of them. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. And why Rome? Why not any other city? Well, that goes back to the year 390 or 387. Some sources say it is 387, some say 390, doesn't really matter. It goes back to those times. In those times, a saint called Saint Ambrose writes to England, writes back to England, sends a letter. In the letter explains about the customs over there. Something that had been a bit strange to him. He questions about and gets the answer, and he likes that and writes about it. When he writes a letter back to his church in England, he explains that I found out that people in Rome fast on Saturdays. When I went to Rome, he says, not me, when he goes to Rome, when he goes to Milan, he finds out that people over there won't do this. They do not fast on that. And he talks to the priest of that church and asks, what is that? Why is that so? And the priest says that we also, when we go to Rome, we fast because they do, so we respect them and we do that. And we just act as they do. So we respect their customs. It is not ours, we do not do this over here in this city, but when we go there, in this church, we do not practice it, but when we go there, because they do, we also respect and we do that. So he likes this, he gains the information and he spreads it. It sends that in the letter, he explains and sends the letter to England, to his church, and then it gets quoted here and there in different forms till 1951, when it gets published in a magazine or in a newspaper. I can't remember which one exactly. And with this one, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So this gets repeated the way it is, and now this is the fixed form of the expression, or the, let's say, the proverb. So it gets repeated the way it is, this way, and it's very common now. And it's not all about churches anymore, not only about churches, it's not specific for churches, it's about people, cultures, customs, and traditions. So if you go, this is said to just advise people to behave and accept the way others are doing things. Accept the way they do and behave like them if possible, just to respect and not to be odd in the crowd. Alright, so this is where it is used. Now let's look at my examples, it will be more clear. I've got 3 examples for you today, and that is, the first one is, I usually do not drink wine, but on holidays, well, when in Rome. Okay, over here I've got this bit only. So if you are using the proverb and you're saying that to someone that knows about the proverb, so if you just if you just say this up to here, that is also understood and completed. So if people say, when in Rome, if I talk to someone who has never heard it, and they say, I do not drink wine, but on holidays when in Rome, the person might think that I drink wine when I am in Rome, but not other places. So you have to be careful who you are using the proverb with. If the person knows it, he or she most probably would not get confused and would understand what you're on about. For talking about proverbs, because let's say always, or most of the times, they do not mean what the words suggest. Okay, so when in Rome doesn't really mean, and it has nothing to do with Rome or that time. This is, we're talking about the meaning behind this. So we use this, or we use the short form when people know what this is. Otherwise we would not. Okay, so we should not use these for new learners. Okay, we can explain and then use it. A says, are you sure we should eat this with our hands? B says, why not? All of those people are eating it that way. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Well, I myself went to a restaurant. It was an Indian restaurant. People were eating with their hands. Oh, I failed to do that. I failed to do as the Romans do, and I asked for a fork and spoon. I can't. Well, I can, of course, I can. Everyone can, but I really didn't want to practice this. Oh, I don't like that. Anyway, let's look at the third one. It says, Kate said they'd all be wearing blue jeans for the wedding. So, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So, Kate, they'd over here is the short form of they would. Okay, Kate and maybe another person or a group of people. I don't know how many people they're going to be. Some people attending the wedding are wearing blue jeans, so they have a kind of set, let's say a dressing code, okay, for the wedding. They're going to be alike to some extent. So the person mentioning this sentence, saying the sentence, is going to do as the crowd is going to do, as the other ones, Kate and others, and calls them the Romans. Means what others are doing in that particular place, in that particular party or wedding ceremony or whatever it is. Okay, so these were my examples. You might have better ones. You might have more catchy ones. I don't know. If you think of this and come to a good example, I would be grateful if you would just comment it below the video and you make the fourth example, so that the people who are going to watch this video after you would benefit from your knowledge as well. Thank you for your help, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.